Welcome to the East Coast Basketball League South Championship, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. We are obviously a little bit late, had some technical difficulties. 28-24. Petersburg, the Cavaliers coming in, finishing the regular season at 13-1 with a 4-point lead right now. We're about 2 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter. Appreciate your patience as we navigate through the issues that we had, and fingers crossed that whatever the problem was, it's been all squared away. So that jumper no good for Williams for Petersburg. Now it's Carolina's turn. The Crusaders down by 4 with 2:09 to go. And that jumper is off the mark. Just 7 players today for Carolina. They started Jalen Alexander, Rob Whitfield, Ryan Scott, Cornelius Reynolds, and Quan Prow. Meanwhile, full allotment for the Cavaliers here at home. They've got a deep bench to work with as it's saved in the corner that time by Scott over to Fortenberry for 3. Fading away, couldn't get it to go. So we were tied at 24 right about the time we started to go live, and then Petersburg scored the last couple. They ended up touching it last. This is Petersburg High School, the home of the Crimson Wave and the home of the Cavaliers for a good many years. Cavaliers coming into this championship game for the very first time in the South Championship. And they got a first-round bye. In the second round, they defeated Rowan County by 18. They also won the Mid-South Conference last weekend over Hickory, 123-115. And the Crusaders, who we're talking about, as Elijah Moore with a nice back down to score 2 more. 6-0 run now for Petersburg. They lead it by 6. So minute 13 to go here in this first quarter. Here's Scott for 3, rims it in. Ryan Scott, during the regular season, averaged 28 a game, and he cuts the Cavaliers' lead in half. I'm actually in my home studio. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, calling today's action for you. Turnaround shot no good by Gregory. Offensive rebound by Yesbeck, and his turnaround shot is good. We saw him play very well against Hickory in Rock Hill. Attacking is Alexander, and he answers right back for Carolina. Jalen Alexander had a good game against the Thunder. Carolina Crusaders, after stumbling to close the regular season. Nice extra pass to Gregory for 2 more for Petersburg. 34-29, inside a minute to go. In fact, it's last shot time. No, Scott's going to take it with 14 seconds. He's fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. Anyways, what I was saying about the Crusaders is they really stumbled. So they started the season 7-2. Then they lost the last 4 regular season games before going on this improbable run here in the playoffs. In the first round, they defeated Coastal Elite by 16. Second round, they knocked off the Legends, the primetime players, and they won that game by 22 points. And then in the Southern Conference Finals, they defeated the Thunder by a score of 110-103. 34-30 now after the first free throw there for Ryan Scott. And he gets the second as well. So it's a 3-point game again. Petersburg will take the final shot here. 8 seconds left. They're looking in again for more. Extra pass over to Gregory. Gregory at the buzzer banks it in. They're going to count that. The official says yes, it counts. So a good start to the quarter for Petersburg. And a high-scoring South Championship game. It's the Cavaliers by 5. We'll be back with the second quarter here in just a moment. 36-31. It's the South Championship game, and for the first time ever in the East Coast Basketball League, we are going to have a brand new South champion. The Primetime Players had won the previous 6. They were knocked out by these Carolina Crusaders as they start with Whitfield attacking the basket, hitting a nice up and under there to make it a 3-point game once again. Mormon into the forecourt now. Mormon and Gregory, Yesbeck, Alston, as Yesbeck scores, and Moore. That's the 5 to start the quarter for Petersburg. Whitfield, top of the key, had it poked away, just underway, quarter number 2. Shot clock winding down. A lot of one-on-one, and they bail him out with a foul, a reach. Just a couple of notes, folks. I mentioned I'm actually in my home studio in South Carolina calling today's game. We are streaming on, I would say, less than ideal internet, so from time to time the broadcast may buffer on us, and if it does, we will try to regroup, as the scoop shot was no good there by Whitfield, so just keep that in mind. Fingers crossed, we've had good luck over the last couple of minutes. The ball movement and the passing down low there, as you see, Alston to Gregory has been really impressive so far for Petersburg. They're out to a 40-33 lead, 10:46 to go in the half as Scott tries to answer. Couldn't do it. Offensive rebound comes to Prowl, and now Reynolds goes to the hoop for the Crusaders, and he will score. 40-35. Quickly in the forecourt, Alston, and a little too quick as he was out of control. It's a steal now by Scott. Takes it himself, rejected. Staying with it, though, is Reynolds. The 3 in the corner was off the side iron. Here comes Mormon. The hop step, bucket in and out. Put back by Gregory. He had it blocked out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Cavaliers. Alston going to get a break as Walter Williams, who started the game, will come back in. Virginia State product. Graduated there a couple years ago. He catches the inbound between the circles. Screen from Yesbeck, now Scott on him. Looks like a zone here from the Crusaders as Yesbeck is fouled. We saw Carolina in the zone quite a bit in that conference championship game against the Thunder. And when you've only got 7 deep, you want your guys expending the most energy on defense, don't get me wrong, but the zone is kind of a way to alleviate that. Everybody's got their spot. You don't have to worry about too much chasing. It's more about obviously sticking in the zone, like I said. We're going to look to the winner of this game. We'll head up to the Mid-Atlantic and play that championship winner. Hartford Shockers are in that one. And we're trying to get a live stream set up for that so we can look in during timeout. So we'll try to track that down. So Yesbeck gets 1 out of 2 for Petersburg. They're back to a 6-point lead. They've led by as many as 7 here in this second quarter. Scott gets a screen, takes it right side, 9:51 to go until halftime. 3 ball was a little bit long. Extra pass by Scott to the corner. Another 3 missed by the Crusaders as Gregory pulls down another rebound. Melvin Gregory, good player off the bench. Williams forcing the action, couldn't get it. Gregory had it, lost it for a moment. Throw ahead, Alexander scoops it up and in. Carolina hanging around, just 7 deep. They're only down by 4, though, against this Cavaliers team. Gregory doing some giving and going. Williams, what a pass that was by the big guy. And Williams with the 2-hand dunk. Now Alexander on the near side. Scott. Just inside 9 minutes to play here until halftime, and a nice reverse there by Reynolds. Defense optional so far, as both teams have put up a lot of points. We're just at the start, well, about 3.5 minutes into this second quarter anyways. That 3-ball and air ball by Gregory, not one of his strong suits. Pull up, Whitfield got it to go. 43-42. Up and down we go, a fast-moving first half. Very few whistles because defense has not been stellar. Yes, Beck, turn around, yes. Been really impressed with him. He didn't have a lot of numbers. Sometimes you can't go by that stat sheet. Yes, Beck averaging during the regular season just 5 points per ball game, but he's been relied on quite a bit here for Petersburg in at least these last 2 games as Carolina hanging with them. Down by just 1 as they answer right back. Mormon into the forecourt. He'll walk it up this time. 7:46 to go until halftime. They're looking in for Gregory. Instead, here's Williams, turnaround 3, an air ball that comes to Scott. Numbers now for Carolina. Scott pass deflected. Now this is Whitfield for 3, and the Crusaders have taken the lead. Rob Whitfield, 37% from downtown during the regular season. Williams into the forecourt. Williams for 3. Yes, as he answers right back. Petersburg back up by 1. The big guy Stone turns on the Jets, misses his first, cleans it up. Carolina, as we ping pong back and forth, go up 49-48. Ella Fayette Stone, the big bruiser down low for the Crusaders. Williams on the wing, cutter is Gregory. The flip shot, no. Offensive rebound is poked away. Petersburg, though, stays with it, and we have a whistle. So free throws to come for Mormon. Deshaun Mormon played at Towson. Just 3 team fouls here in the half, 6:23 to go. We're nearing the midway point of the second quarter already here in the South Championship game. Petersburg Cavaliers in it for the first time, as are the Crusaders. So we got a tie ball game once again. Lone loss for Petersburg was to Hickory in the regular season finale. 13-1 is where they finished the regular season. Finished 116.5 points per ball game. That's 16th in the league. They really hang their hat on defense, although they are a good shooting team at 50% from the field. That's 6th best in the league. 16th, again, not great from behind the arc, but as you can see here today and all season long, they do prefer to attack the basket. Alexander, that's tipped out of bounds, last touch by Williams, so it'll stay with the Crusaders with 6:12 to go here in the quarter. Very good rebounding team, so the Cavaliers, second in rebounds per game at 56.3. Look out, almost a backcourt violation. It's saved by Reynolds, though, to Fortenberry. Attacking is Scott, and he will score. So we've had about 4 lead changes here in the last couple minutes in this second quarter. A tight, offensive-minded championship game. Prowl with the rebound. Here comes Alexander. Now he's going to back it out. Moore's back into the game, so Elijah Moore returns for Petersburg. Well, Alexander just went one-on-one. Carolina ups its lead out to 3 now. 5:29 to go here in this opening half. Mormon to Yesbeck. Turnaround, no. Yesbeck followed his miss. Morgan back into the game. The reverse is no good, but Keyshawn Morgan is going to get free throws here. Coming up at halftime, we'll take our normal break. Again, we are looking for, we're going to try to keep you updated as best we can. Hartford and Hub City, the Hogs, playing in the Mid-Atlantic Championship. Supposed to be on the Shockers YouTube channel. We haven't seen it posted yet. So we'll let you know. That game was supposed to start at 5. Hey, they're later than we are, so you can't complain to me, ladies and gentlemen. We got on before they did. That's progress. So both free throws are good. Petersburg cuts it to a 1-point deficit. And we're going to go to another timeout. 53-52 Crusaders. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Crusaders basketball. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Hanging out my jammies, calling some basketball. We got a good one, too. We had 4 lead changes in about a 2-minute stretch here in this South Final. Both of these teams looking to win it for the first time. Reynolds going to inbound after the deflection. So 5 minutes left to go. Alexander attacks. Boy, he had Stone wide open on the left block. Didn't see him. He was right there. 2-hand jam by Williams in transition. So Petersburg back up in the 5th lead change here in the second quarter. 54-53. Fortenberry trap. Stone. Ooh, that was either a tie-up or a double dribble. Stone airmailed it into the second row. 4:39 left to go in the half. Turnover will give it back to the Cavaliers. Cavaliers bringing back Keyshawn Morgan and Elijah Moore, as I mentioned. Williams also out there returning out of the timeout. Donovan Willis, as that triple is good. Petersburg back up by 4. Mormon also out there for Petersburg. So that's the 5 right now for the Cavaliers. Another deflection, so Ryan Scott's going to inbound it with 4:14 left to play here in this second quarter. Too strong off the glass. Stone is there. Stone put back is too short. And it's volleyballed out. Running and gunning Petersburg. A block, but a hard foul. Going to be called on Scott, I believe. Let me see if we got that one in time, as we'll try to run it back here. The officials are going to talk about it. No, we sure didn't. Okay. Just a common foul. Boy, NBA, that's a flagrant. 74% free throw shooter Morgan for 2. Swishes in the first. Good on both of them. So Petersburg, 7 straight points. They take a 6-point lead. 5 lead changes here in the quarter. Actually, it's the correct score is 58-53, so 6-0 run. My apologies. I think I called it 3-2 is what happened. We got more whistles now as the fouls starting to pile up after this was a quick-moving first half jump ball correction, so it's won by Petersburg now as Mormon brings it across the timeline into the forecourt. Morgan was in the post, takes it back out. Shot clock winding down here. Willis at the free throw line. All day for Williams. He is wide open, couldn't get it to go. It's deflected out of bounds, and they say it's off Willis. 3:23 left to go. They are just getting set to play up in Hartford, Connecticut, as we have a buffering issue here. That looks like it's been resolved. So there was a clock issue. Hub City and Hartford, winner of that game, will play the winner of this game up north. And pass deflected, taken away by Willis. We saw the trap work against the Thunder a few times as Petersburg gets its one-hand dunk in transition to go up 7. So it was 53-52 Carolina, 8 straight points for the Cavs since then. Working on another turnover as Reynolds coughs it up. Steal by Williams. He attacks and scores, and the Cavaliers on a run. 2:34 left to go in this second quarter. The Cavs have scored 10 straight to go up by 9, 62-53. All right, let's see how seamless and smooth I can make this transition here as we have a timeout. We're going to try to go to live action here in the other championship game. They're just getting set to tip off. It's Hartford and it's Hub City. And it's going to take me just a minute here, folks. I thought I was going to be able to do it. Not quite sure. Yeah, not quite working. YouTube is not cooperating. Work to do to bring it to you. But we will check in on that game. They're just underway, so we'll bring in more live look-ins on that one as soon as we can. I'm going to spend some time at halftime making it look nice and pretty for you. Winner of this game will play the winner of that game again, the winner of the other game as Scott ends a 10-0 Petersburg run with a triple. Another sub for Petersburg to Sean Taylor into the game as the Cavaliers answer back with a triple to make it a 9-point lead again. Biggest, at least since we've joined the program here, as we go inside 2 minutes to go. Another steal by Petersburg, and Taylor is fouled. Petersburg, I believe, will be at the line as the Crusaders over the limit. To Sean Taylor, 76% free throw shooter. Gets the first one to go. First double-digit lead of the game for either team. Petersburg up by 10. Just 1 out of 2. Good close to the half so far for the Cavaliers. Scott trying to answer again with another three. Not that time. It's batted out to Alexander, who's got all day and makes his three ball. 66-59, minute 38 left to go here until halftime. Cavaliers again, they're just attacking the hoop. No resistance inside for the Crusaders. And almost a steal again. This time by Moore, who ran out of real estate. So Carolina Crusaders going to have to make that adjustment at halftime and try to figure out what to do about the interior defense, which has been non-existent. Credit the Cavaliers. They have capitalized, especially here late in this quarter as they've gone on a nice run. Scott over two defenders, no good. They do bring in the Crusaders. Looks like Stone's back out there, so they get the big guy, Elafayette Stone, back into the game. It went off him out of bounds. Minute 16 to go in the half. Petersburg, chance to go up double figures again. Willis gets it down low, extra pass to Williams, turnaround shot, no. Another whistle is called. This time it's on Stone. So the foul's a bit one-sided here in this second quarter as the Crusaders have racked them up. Just one for the Cavaliers. These two teams are meeting for just the second time all time. Back in 2018, the Crusaders won in Petersburg, 122-111. So this is just the second all-time meeting for the Crusaders. Quan Prowl played in that game. For Petersburg, Elijah Moore played in that game. Those are the lone players left from that first meeting back in 2018. 4 years later, they meet for the championship in the South. Stone, the turnaround, an air ball, but underneath it's cleaned up. Crusaders doing a nice job here, hanging around. Down by 9. Good aggressive play again by Mormon. He is met by Fortenberry. Tie up one by Mormon. 30 seconds left to go. Williams, top of the key, splits the defense. Had it poked away. It's out of bounds, and it's off it's off Carolina. My man with the moves. Here's Moore. Taylor got upended. Now Elijah Moore steals the pass. Mormon back to Moore. 10 seconds. Ooh, Moore got hit. Count the bucket. Elijah Moore got hit hard. Still got the bucket to go. Let's see if we can't run that one back real quick on Elijah Moore. He knew it was coming too. The big guy coming at you. Hoist and hope, ladies and gentlemen. Elijah Moore, fortunately, he's okay. So try to complete an old school three-point play here. Now they do put that extra point up on the scoreboard. So they must have said that was a 3. I gave Elijah a 2 on that one, but apparently it was a 3. So this is an opportunity here now for a 4-point play. Still waiting for that wet spot to be cleaned up. It's hard to see the score for the other game. There's no scoreboard or anything. Just a little one. So 4-point play is complete. Quickly, Scott answering at the buzzer, and a big one for Carolina. They played well at times in this first half, but Petersburg came on strong. A fortunate bucket for the Crusaders by the Sharpshooter Ryan Scott. Wonder where he learned how to shoot threes like that. We go to the half in the South Championship game. It's Petersburg 74, Carolina 64. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with all the second half action. Don't go too far. All right, folks, we'll continue our halftime break here. Just wanted to get you an update in the Mid Atlantic Championship. It's Hub City 15 and Hartford 11 right now. They're just underway. They had a delay up in Hartford, Connecticut. Winner of our game will play the winner of this game, and if it's Hartford, it'll be in Hartford, and it's Hub City, it'll be wherever Hub City is. And that will be next week in the ECBL Super Cup. So a little, hey, you remember how they used to do it with Greg Gumbel in the studio and the March Madness with the live look-ins? That's what we're doing here. We got a little live look-in and a little slow motion live look-in, as it looks like we're not the only ones who had internet trouble. So Hub City with the basketball. They lead at 15-11 in the opening quarter. We'll keep you updated on this game in the second half of our game, which right now is at halftime. Again, it's Petersburg 74, Carolina 64. We'll be back with the second half here in just a little bit. Oh, by the way, before I go, you can find this game on YouTube if you want to pull it up yourself and check out more of it at the halftime break. You just search ECBL Mid-Atlantic Championship 2022. Search for that on YouTube. It'll take you to this game as Hartford coming back. They were down by 4 at the timeout. Get a bucket there. We'll be back again. More second half action coming up between Carolina and Petersburg. Welcome back. Still at halftime. Petersburg and Carolina in the South Championship game in Petersburg, Virginia. Chris Sheeman back here at the home studio in Greenville, South Carolina. We're checking in again on the Mid-Atlantic Championship game. It's Hartford leading it 22-20. Hartford in the black and Hub City is in the scarlet, as you see bucket in the foul there for Hartford. So they increase their lead a little bit here. Winner of our game will travel up north to take on the winner of this Mid-Atlantic game in the ECBL Super Cup. That will take place next weekend. We're about a minute left until the start of the second half in our game, Petersburg and Carolina. Again, you can find this game on YouTube. You just search ECBL Mid-Atlantic Championship 2022 on YouTube. We'll check in as well throughout the second half on our friends up in the Mid-Atlantic. We'll be back with the second half in just a little bit. All right, folks, just about set for the start of the third quarter here in the South Championship game. We're going to crown a brand new champion for the first time ever in league history. And right now, Petersburg looking strong, leading it 74-64. Petersburg led by as many as 13. It was actually a Ryan Scott buzzer beater 3 that cut the deficit for the Carolina Crusaders down to just 10. It was closer in that second quarter, though, than you would think, than it looks on the on your screen. Anyways, we had total of 5 lead changes. Carolina led at one point, 53-52. And you could do the math to see how Petersburg was able to rattle off some points and push it out to a double-digit lead a couple different times here in that second quarter. So, good to go and ready to start as we're underway here in quarter number 3 from Petersburg, Virginia. Back to action as Carolina Crusaders looking to go quickly. Stone had to save the pass from Reynolds, who gets it back now from Scott. Reynolds to the hoop. He's fouled from behind, and Cornelius Reynolds will get a couple free throws. We're still keeping you updated on the Mid-Atlantic Championship game. We've seen a lot of free throws in that one for Hartford. Speaking of free throws, last I looked, it was 29-25 in favor of Hartford. I was kind of hoping these two games didn't start at the same time, but I was kind of hoping they would both start on time and we'd be able to show you the final of that one. But like I said, you can't check that one out on YouTube. You can do split screen if you'd like to. So both free throws on the other end were good. So it's 31-25 Hartford. 1 out of 2 free throws in our game for Reynolds. But it does get it down to single digits. Just underway here in this third quarter. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you on last time for the playoffs. I'll be with you for the All-Star game. We're fingers crossed, hoping to have it live wherever it's going to be played at. Reynolds open for 3. That grazes the rim, that's all. Neither team, other than, of course, Ryan Scott, has done a great deal of damage from behind the arc as Mormon gets to the hoop. For Petersburg, it's been attack, attack, attack all day long, getting whatever they want at the rim. And another attacking play for the Crusaders, speaking of which, this time Reynolds going to the line again. So, Yet to be a full minute into this third quarter. Already the second team foul on Petersburg. Cornelius Reynolds, 8.5 points per ball game. Just 7 players active today for the Crusaders. Fortenberry and Stone, Quan Prowl, we haven't seen much of as the bucket no good. I thought he missed that free throw. They gave it to him. I have to check the score again. Yeah, 67-76. Petersburg with the lead. That's what they say, so that's what we go with. Pull-up three by Williams. Missed it short. Crusaders are really trying to pick up the tempo here in this third quarter. It's not leading to a lot of makes right now, though. Oh, a rocket pass down low to Gregory from the wily veteran Elijah Moore. 10-10 to go, just underway here in quarter number 3. You see the trap again by Petersburg. Reynolds attacking for the third time in 4 possessions, I should say. Nice reverse there by Gregory, and Petersburg back out to a 13-point advantage. Good no call there. Here's a 3. Scott is really doing everything he can from behind the arc to keep his team in at 80-70 Petersburg. Another wet spot out on the court. Let's go back to the Mid-Atlantic Championship while they clean up the wet spot in our game. This is Hub City with the basketball. They were trailing. I believe we're in the second quarter there now. Again, you can see the scoreboard is off. It's going to be hard to really follow this one, folks. We got the, so 36-29. Hartford's pushed it out to its biggest lead. They're up by 7, thanks to the camera guy up in Connecticut for putting that. You can see the scoreboard's off, so... but it is Hartford leading by 7. They're still cleaning up the wet spot in our game. We'll get you back there as soon as they're done doing that. This is Hub City at the free throw line. We have seen a lot of fouls in the Mid-Atlantic Championship game, folks. I mean, a lot of fouls. Almost every other possession when we've looked in has been free throws. As you see, good defense that time for Hub City. All right, they got the wet spot cleared up, so we're back to action here in Petersburg. 80-70, the Cavaliers leading it by 10. They've led by as many as 14, I believe, was the biggest lead in that second quarter. 9:30 left to play here in this third quarter. Gregory bounce passes it out. Catch and shoot 3 is off the mark. Rebound to Scott. Threw it on the far side. I believe that was Alexander over there. It's real hard, just based on the screen that I'm working off of, to see those Carolina numbers because you have the blue, but it bleeds. They also have guys on their... I think that was a number 7, which would be Martin Barrett. Barrett. But I don't think he's traveled with them today. So apologies, Crusaders fans, if I goof up a couple of times on that side. Boy, more wet spots. Humidity in the south. Let's go back to action. 10:15 to go as Hartford has upped their lead to 9 in the Mid-Atlantic Championship game. If Hartford wins, they host. If Hub City wins, they will host. This is Hub City and Scarlet with the basketball. We're back to our game now. Another wet spot cleared up. Scott with a lot of the basketball, as you can imagine, to the bucket and the foul. What a play by Ryan Scott. Where would the Crusaders be without 3D's son? Ryan Scott. I don't know if I've talked about this much. The very first basketball, the NBA basketball that I've watched was that series with the Boston Celtics and the Charlotte Hornets. It was that very first series. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about as Petersburg goes up double figures again. Back in the early 90s when Zoe and Larry Johnson and those cats were really coming into their own, and they beat Boston, who was really kind of on their way out. Attacking is Alexander. Man, he has hit some ridiculous shots for the Crusaders. Unbelievable. But anyway, so if you grew up in that generation, you know the Orlando Magic, and you know Dennis Scott, you know how special that team. I really thought that team, minus Jordan. Of course, we take Jordan out of the equation. How many of these teams can we say this about? But they had the opportunity to win multiple rings. Nice screen and roll there. Stone with the nice hands and the good touch. This Carolina team does not quit, folks. They keep coming at you and pouring it on. 8 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 83-77. Here's Moore, top of the key. Extra pass by Willis down low, and Morgan had it swatted out of bounds. This is good, though. This is better defense here for the Crusaders. This is what you want to see if you're a Carolina fan. Petersburg's done a nice job on the inside today. Gregory gets it back out to Moore. Moore over a double team, a wild shot. Shot clock might have been winding down there. Here's Reynolds, had it poked away. Elijah Moore with the steal. Williams out to Morgan, who attacks the bucket, can't score. That was Prowl recovering. So Quan Prowl back into the game. Here's Alexander for three off the side of the backboard. $7:12 to go in a 6-point game, and trouble there for Williams, who just lost it. Mental error. Alexander. Whitfield. Well, that's the first time I've seen him miss one of those reverse flip shots. He was looking for a foul call. It wasn't even close to a whistle on that one. Elijah Moore to the hoop. Boy, they let the contact go. Gregory cleans it up. When we've checked in on the Mid-Atlantic Championship, I mentioned that there's been a lot of whistles in that one. They're letting them figure it out on their own for the most part here. A few more fouls on the Crusaders in that second quarter. As we near the midway point here in quarter number 3, Scott cut off. This is Reynolds. Reynolds over his defender, banks it in. So Morgan walks it up, Keyshawn Morgan. Williams steps left. Defender stays with him, but he hits a three anyways. What a shot there. Walter Williams, 39% three-point shooter. 88-79. Ball was tipped. Alexander got it in the corner. Swings it out to Scott. Can't leave him. He was wide open on that three. And he's going to bury that every time. Got some good basketball genes in that family. .5:25 to go. Turnaround shot by Willis. Airballed it. Ball deflected. Comes to Morgan. Turnaround shot no good. Boy, the Crusaders have really flipped that switch on the interior. They are playing much better defense with Prowl down there. Scott. Reynolds over two defenders. Got it to go, and Carolina starting to make a comeback. They trailed by as many as 14 in the second quarter, by 13 here in this third quarter. They've cut it down to 4. And you just keep coming, folks. This team that went 7-7 and really snuck into the playoffs. Boy, Williams, isn't he had an answer every time? That's another big three from him. His second here in the last couple minutes. We got a timeout with 4:43 left to go here in this third quarter. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. We'll be back here in just a second. All right, folks, real quick, 43-34, Hartford with the lead, make it 45-34 Hartford, as they're going to get an and one. We're just about back to live action in our game, so again, you can check in on that one as well on YouTube. They're about 5 minutes into the second quarter. They got a later start than we did, so they'll finish after us, but the winner of that game will play the winner of this game in the ECBL Super Cup. Right now it looks like that's going to be in Hartford. Out of the timeout, this is Ryan Scott to the hoop. Too strong. Moore brings it into the forecourt. Nice fake. The bucket is good. That was Willis, I believe. So Petersburg, after Carolina cut it down to 4, pushes it right back out to 9. Nice spin there by Scott. Steps left. The 3 grazes the rim. That's it. Ball poked away. Oh, running and gunning down to Mealy. Couldn't get it. So some subs for Kyle Dixon out of the timeout. Tavon Mealy is in the game. Tashawn Taylor also checking in. Elijah Moore remains out there. Deshaun Mormon still out there, as well as Williams. Williams steps left over Fortenberry. Can't get the 3 to go. Scott with the rebound. 3:25 left to go here in quarter number 3. Scott for 3. Yes! He's got at least 5 or 6 of those already, keeping his team within striking distance as we near the 3-minute mark. Here's Mormon for the Cavs. Crusaders just keep coming, folks. Elijah Moore falling to his left. Got it to go. 95-87. High scoring championship. Reynolds the mid-range. Nope. Mealy's got the rebound. Mormon bounce pass to the cutter, Moore, and Moore hits a circus shot. Just like that, Petersburg back up double figures, and I believe we're going to have another timeout. Nearing the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 3. 2:34 to be exact, 97-87. Let's go back to the Mid-Atlantic Championship game. Hey, look, it's free throws again. I thought our guys down south called a lot of whistles. These guys are making their whistles work for them here today. So the last we looked, it was 46-34 Hartford. This is Hartford in the black, and Hub City is in the scarlet. They're playing up in Connecticut. Winner of this game heads up there if it's Hartford. Let's see if we can't get a score update from them now. It comes by quickly. 50-37. So Hartford's really pushed the lead out, especially here in this third quarter, as they get another one and done. We haven't seen a lot of second chance opportunities today from Hub City. Some active defensive hands there for Hub City, the Hogs. But right now, Hartford in control in that one. 2:34 to go in our game. We're back to live action. It's a 10-point lead for Petersburg. A timeout called by Justin Dorest for the Crusaders. Alexander into the forecourt, guarded by Taylor. Over to guess who? It's Scott. He's taking on all comers. Are they going to call a foul or a tie up there? They're going to call a foul. So that will send Ryan Scott to the free throw line. Scott, during the regular season, a 77% free throw shooter. That's the fourth team foul on Petersburg already. None yet on Carolina. So we saw the flip in the second quarter. All the fouls were coming on the Crusaders side. Just one in the whole quarter for Petersburg. And here in this third quarter, it has flipped in reverse now. Petersburg, the guilty party. And Carolina, the Crusaders, have yet to commit a foul. So next foul will put the Crusaders in the bonus. And if you're up double digits, that's the last thing you want, is to give them freebies. Here's Taylor going cross court to Mormon. Moore passes down low, and the reverse by Mealy. Tavon Mealy, 21 a game during the regular season, 14.8 rebounds. Fortenberry feeling good about himself, no. And Reynolds had it swatted. He's fouled. They want a clean block on that. Looked like there was some contact, though. Taylor and his teammates kind of coming over saying, settle down. Championship game, you don't want a lot of that stuff. You got to keep your head about yourself and keep playing. Fouls have been one-sided. They were one-sided, though, in the other quarter that favored you, so it all evens out. Cornelius Reynolds hits his first free throw. So Crusaders in the bonus over the final minute 56 here in this third quarter. Got them both. 8-point game, 99-91. Here's Taylor from Mormon. Boy, Moore. Too strong off the glass. Nice box out there by Stone. He was over towards us. He didn't get the rebound, but had a nice block out. Elijah Moore off the miss with the board. Here's Moore into the lane. Moore lays it up and in. Petersburg has broken the century mark, a team that averages just 116 a game. I say just. In semi-pro basketball, that's not a lot. No, they didn't update the... Okay, now they update the scoreboard. Reynolds for three. Mealy's got another board. Minute 5 left to go. Petersburg, they closed that second quarter strong. They're trying to do the same thing here in this third quarter. Step back Williams. He's had a couple daggers here today, and he's got another one. 50 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Petersburg pushes it back out to 13. At one point, Carolina cut it down to 4. Fortenberry left alone. Answers back. Big bucket there for Carolina. Crusaders got to hang around here, and they do. Now, the scoreboard there says 103-94, so it's possible that was a 2 that I called a 3. Mealy backing down. Back out to Taylor. Looking in for Moore. It's deflected out. Shot clock winding down. They got a hoist. They do, and they answer back. Sit down, big man. I can't see who hit it. I believe it was Mormon. Could have been Williams. I don't know. I got the same view y'all got. Bucket no good by Reynolds with just 3 seconds. They call the foul. So Reynolds going to go back to the line. It was a good call. It's just frustrating if you're Petersburg. Check in on the Mid-Atlantic 56 to 43 now. They're nearing the half. Hartford winning that game right now by 13 points. First free throw up and good. Nice job in this game, Cornelius Reynolds, and I mentioned it against the Thunder in the conference championship. He does a nice job drawing contact, getting to the free throw line, capitalizes there. Mormon trying to hoist at the buzzer, and it's an air ball. We go to the fourth quarter. Petersburg back up by 10, 106 to 96. 12 minutes left to go to crown a new South champion for the first time in league history. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in just a moment. So they're nearing the halftime up in Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford still leading over Hub City 56 to 43. About 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter there. Hub City in the scarlet, and Hartford is in the black. If you haven't heard me say it for about the millionth time now, as you can see, they're having a lot of internet troubles up in Connecticut. So we're bringing this to you the best we can. 58 to 43 now in favor of Hartford. I gave the officials a lot of grief, make it 58 to 46. Not many points here in this first half for Hub City. Credit Hartford's defense. This has been a physical game, and now both teams are just bombing from downtown. As you see, Hartford hit one. Boy, that internet's really struggling. So let's get back to our game as we're just about set to go here in the fourth quarter. So again, it's 61 to 46. Hartford by 15. They're going to be at halftime for a little while. Oh, Hartford just scored again, so 63-46. Time to crown for the first time. Somebody other than the primetime players are going to be the champs of the South. Who will it be? Right now, Petersburg is rolling as Mealy connects. First field goal of the fourth quarter belongs to the Cavaliers, who have 108 on the board already. And they're starting to get points in the paint again. That's been the problem in stretches for the Crusaders defense here today. They do have Prowl back in the game. He's done a nice job on the interior. Look out. Williams had to save it. Does to Taylor. Taylor going to get it back now from Moore. I don't think Moore has had a breather yet here in this second half. They're going down to Mealy again. He's played well since coming off the bench late in that third quarter. Bad pass there, though, as Reynolds comes up with the steal. Swings it out. They're leaving Scott open again. They get lucky that time on the miss. So Williams with the one-arm rebound. 10:45 to go in the championship game. Williams has had a couple daggers. His pass stolen away by Reynolds. So Reynolds comes up with the steal, and guess what? He's going, oh, they say it's tied up. Taylor got him tied up. Wow. That was a great defensive play there. Let's see if we got it. By Taylor. We're going to have a jump ball that Reynolds should win. We didn't quite get it. Got the very last second of it. So Reynolds does win it pretty easily. Whitfield lost the dribble, got it back. Tried to bounce it off a Cavalier, but didn't. And it goes out of bounds back to Petersburg. I mentioned it earlier, these two teams meeting for just the second time all-time. Southern Conference champs, Carolina Crusaders. Mid-South champs, Petersburg. Nice fake there by Williams. Gets it to the cutter, Mealy, and big man doing work. This matches the biggest lead of the game for Petersburg, out to 14. It's been on the shoulders of Scott today. He gets it down low to the big man Prowl, and Prowl scores. Carolina got to figure out how to get stops, though. 110 already put up by Petersburg with still 9:45 to go in the game. Mormon the crossover, bounce pass to Mealy. They're feeding him again. Mealy, not that time. Rebound controlled by Reynolds. That was nice defense again by Prowl. He's shown signs. They got to do it consistently, though. Reynolds came up short, follows his miss, put back is good. Lead back to 10 for Petersburg, 110-100. Taylor going 1-0. No, he threw an alley-oop for Mealy. He blew it, though. Ball goes out of bounds. And who touched it last? Looks like they're going to keep it on this side of the court. 9:04 left to go. Now the shot clock reset. And I think the officials are probably going to have to talk about that. 65-48. Hartford over Hub City right now in the Mid-Atlantic game. On the inbound, Mealy is fouled. Tavon Mealy, Virginia Union product, 71% free throw shooter. 21 and about 15 rebounds a game. What a season for him. Short on that free throw, though. Well, they're at halftime, 65-48 at the half between Hartford and Hub City. Hartford, the Shockers, with the lead. One out of two, and Petersburg back up 11. They have led by as many as 14, a couple different times. That's Moore, I believe, chasing it down. Mormon swings it out. Alston back in the game, fakes the three, tries for a behind-the-back pass, and a steal and a whistle. That's 3 team fouls on Carolina already. 8:40 still to go in the game. They've been alternating a lot of fouls. Carolina, I don't think they had a team foul in the third quarter after having all of the fouls in the second quarter. So in terms of fouls, Petersburg has taken the odd quarters. Carolina has taken the even quarters. And that does not bode well for the Crusaders. Let's correct that score, 112-100. Did they tee somebody up now? It's about that time of the game. Carolina can't afford to give up free points here. We've seen it already. They've come and made it a game several times already here this afternoon. Now, I don't know if the free throw is good or not because our camera guy's worried about the drama. The free throw was good. So now Alston will have one more free throw, I believe, on the personal foul after the technical foul. Hey, What does Rasheed Wallace tell us? Ball don't lie. Is this a two-shot technical foul? What is happening? There might have been a double technical foul. Maybe one on a player, one on a coach. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, Bernard Alston just got 2 technical free throws, and he made them both. But he also had 1 free throw. He should have another personal foul free throw. I'm not sure. What did we see last week? What was it? Earrings? Players had earrings. I've been watching basketball. We just talked about this. I've been watching basketball going back to Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson. 30 years now watching basketball. Never once heard of a technical foul call. Boy, I wish we had another game to go to right now. The other game's still at halftime, unfortunately, because this is taking forever. I mean, whatever the call is, make the call, stand by your call, and let's move the game forward. You've got a championship game here. You've got guys standing around 2-3 minutes now while we're waiting to figure this out. And I was right all along. Alston does have 1 more free throw to shoot. So there were 2 technical foul calls. Forgive me, who knows why. And then the 2 free throws themselves are good. So Petersburg really capitalizes now. They have their biggest lead at 15. Catch and shoot Alexander. Yeah, Carolina. Got to keep shooting. Got to get some stops, though. Got to get away from the officials. Get away from the extras. Just play good defense here down the stretch. Plenty of time for the Crusaders. Alston, yeah, that's a reach on Fortenberry. So that's 4 team fouls on Carolina. The wheels are starting to come off, folks. The scoreboard is not updating. They have it at 114 to 103. I've got it 115. So, we always go with the official scoreboard. Here's Ryan Scott. He's cooled off a little bit. Mark Johnson has come into the game. He pulled down that rebound there, and this is the first time we've seen Mark Johnson in the game. Petersburg, a lot of depth. Carolina, just 7 players made the trip up. Ooh, Elijah Moore. He started making his move before he caught the basketball. Trying to do a little too much there. Putback is no good by Alexander. Rebound to Johnson. And here comes Petersburg looking to attack again. It's Alston. That pass is going to go out of bounds. And some sloppy play up and down in the last couple of minutes here. 7:19 left to go in the championship game. Petersburg by 11. They've led by 14 4 different times in this game. Carolina briefly led by as many as 4. Putback is good by Reynolds. Reynolds ain't quitting, y'all. Cornelius Reynolds ain't quitting on this one. Mormon directing traffic now, gets it down low. And Mealy has been able to get pretty much whatever he wants here today. 116-105. Reynolds again. Swings it out to Alexander. The cutter is Reynolds. Reynolds Couple of fakes, couldn't get the bucket, fouls his miss, he's stripped. Mealy comes away with it. Swings it out, open look for Alston, yes! Petersburg by 14 again at the midway point of this final quarter. Crusaders got to dig deep here. Scott answers. Gonna need more on this end, though. The Ryan Scott points here today have come fast and furious, and that's all well and good, but if he can't get stops, it don't matter. Mealy on the offensive glass. That's been Petersburg, their bread and butter all year. 4th in the ECBL. 17 offensive rebounds per game. Quick shot by Reynolds was no good. Mealy another rebound. Here's Mormon now to the circle, to the lane, stripped, and then he touched it last, they say, out of bounds. 5:26 left to go in the championship game. Petersburg is in control. We'll be back in just a moment. Petersburg Cavaliers are 5:26 away from a championship. This is a team that came in, I think it was year 2. Maybe no, it was definitely year 2. I'm almost certain of that. And all they've really done is win. And unfortunately, it hasn't translated in the playoffs. Were never able to make it to the conference finals until this year. Capitalized on that, winning it against Hickory. And now a chance to become the first team not named the primetime players to win a title in the ECBL. Alston for 3, can't get it to go. Reynolds and Scott have been the two guys who have done damage control the most. Alexander, nice fake a couple of times as he gets to the hoop. Too strong, though. Crusaders have cooled off a bit. Here's a 3 that's off the back iron. Boy, Reynolds, another offensive rebound. I'm telling you, Cornelius Reynolds, he said, I had to waste all my gas money to get up here. If we lose this game, it's not going to be my fault. 10-point lead. Petersburg, Elijah Moore attacks, goes right to the hoop and scores. Carolina has been unable to play defense on a consistent basis here this afternoon. Scott into the forecourt. Turns on the Jets, and he got fouled hard by Alston. First foul of the quarter for Petersburg. So Whitfield goes to the line. Well, the good news up in Connecticut is they got the scoreboard working. And right now, Hartford, the Shockers, are taking care of business up there. As we go back to live action, the free throw is good again. So Carolina, it's a 10-point game. That's plenty of time. 3:50 left to go. Here's Mormon attacking in and out. Tip for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it's going off Elijah Moore. So here is the window right now if you're the Crusaders. Scott trapping pressure again for the Cavaliers. And it's intercepted. Elijah Moore. Great anticipation. He attacks. He got shoved by Fortenberry, who can't believe it, but clearly a foul. So as of right now, it looks like Petersburg and Hartford in the Super Cup up in Connecticut next Saturday. Speaking of gas mileage. But still business to handle for both of these teams. The Cavaliers, Elijah Moore. Another great year for him. 23.9 points per ball game, 11.8 rebounds, 6.1 assists, 46% from three, 57% from the field. Just a 63% free throw shooter, but he does make both here. Again, the trap is on. Ryan Scott near us. Crusaders have played well offensively here today. The Hessian drive by Alexander, swatted away by Mormon. Carolina able to answer back. They're keeping it around 10, but the longer this game goes on, the bigger that 10-point lead becomes. We're at the 3-minute mark right now. Mormon for three, yes! He has not looked for his shot, but he can be deadly. Deshaun Mormon. Crossover by Reynolds, swings it out. Fortenberry fakes the three. Up top, it's Alexander stepping left. Contested shot, no good. Rebound to Mormon. Now, Petersburg can taste it now. They get a little trigger happy on that. As you can see, Williams telling everybody to settle down. 13-point game with 2:34 left to go. And one of the reasons why Williams is doing that is because he knows that basically, barring some kind of a Reggie Miller in the Garden-like miracle, the only way Carolina's got enough time now is if Petersburg starts making mental errors. Scott can help. Missed that three, though. Mormon the rebound. Jesbeck has come into the game. Gage Jesbeck is out there in the closing minutes. Here's Williams. Williams hangs, can't get it. Is that Lundy out there for the first time, too? Williams misses it again. Yep, that's Anthony Lundy who batted the ball back to Williams for the offensive rebound, so he's on the court for the first time. I believe everybody has played in this championship game, and there is Reynolds once again. Looks like we're going to get a timeout. So, minute 58 left to go. It's an 11-point game. Meanwhile, Hub City with some work to do. They've got the basketball against Hartford. This is the Mid-Atlantic Championship game. Last time we looked, it was Hartford by 15 points. Now, this is Hub City at the line. We don't have a score on the screen, so I can't really update you there, but I can tell you that Hub City's shooting some free throws. This game in the Mid-Atlantic has been very physical. The defense for Hartford has really been outstanding. So if you're a Cavaliers fan, keep that in the back of your mind. This Carolina defense is not going to be showing up in that next game. These two teams have played very physical basketball. One of the great things about the expansion of the league into that area up in Connecticut, in Pennsylvania, in that area is when you talk about semi-pro basketball, that's really the beginnings of basketball, and it started in that area back in the late 1890s. Obviously, because basketball was founded by James Naismith in Springfield, Massachusetts, it makes sense that it would become popular in that region first, which it did. Of course, this is my opinion. The South kind of owns it now, with all of the high school and guys from the Carolinas, especially North Carolina, that come out into the NBA, good college players as well. Carolina gets a stop, but then they turn it over. It's a steal by Willis. Willis loses it, goes off his back heel, and out of bounds. So 70-54, they're just underway in the third quarter up in Connecticut. Ryan Scott over Yesbeck got it to go, and Carolina, again, they don't quit on you. Now they're going full court. Lundy, the inbound, has it taken away. Scoop is up and good quickly by Prowl. And just like that, it's a 7-point game here. Yesbeck gets it across midcourt, and he's fouled on the floor. Prowl and Reynolds were both there, and they're going to call it on Reynolds, who doesn't disagree. And he becomes the first player in basketball history to not disagree with that foul called on him. So some subs. Lundy is going to come out after that turnover. Willis, Yesbeck, Moore. They also have Mormon out there. Yeah, Crusaders are over the limit. Willis, I believe, is the player I'm missing for Petersburg. So it's Yesbeck at the free throw line. Minute 5 left to go in a 3-possession game here. Gage Yesbeck did not miss from the charity stripe during the regular season. Yesbeck gets them both. Big shots there. Still a 3-possession game, though. Lundy back into the game now. Defense for offense here. Crusaders got to go. Whitfield attacks. And did he lose it? Was he the one to touch it last? They say no, it's off Petersburg. So 51 seconds left to go. Cavaliers, of course, only 2 fouls in the last couple of minutes before you send a team to the bonus, but they do have that extra foul to give. Scott got stripped. Then it was off the official out of bounds, but the official stopped the clock. I'm not sure why he stopped the clock. Turnaround shot no good. Yesbeck falling away, was able to get the pass away to Lundy. Here's Mormon now. And is Carolina going to foul here? Looks like they're going to play it out. Ooh, nice defense there. Whitfield for 3, yes! So a steal and a triple, and it's a 2-possession game with 25.2. It's not over yet, folks. Inbound goes to Moore. They're just letting Moore go, and he dunks it. What were they doing? That's a 3-possession game now. Scott quickly for 3. No. Offensive rebound. Another triple try for Carolina. No. Tip for the rebound. Time running out on the Crusaders, and Petersburg is going to become the first team, other than the primetime players, to win the championship. They win the South, 134-124. The Cavaliers are moving on to the Super Cup as they win for the first time in program history. And for the first time in league history, we have a new champion in the South. And it's the Petersburg Cavaliers. So congratulations on a fantastic season. Hey, the Crusaders, let's talk about them first, because they were really reeling towards the end of that regular season, sneaking into the playoffs, but boy, did they make a run. And folks, they knocked off the primetime players. Think about that for a minute. They knocked off the prime time players. It had never been done before, going back to the Tobacco Road Basketball League. Does anybody remember that? It's been a decade of dominance for primetime. The Crusaders knocked them out in the second round, took down a very good Thunder team. They earned their spot here today, folks. And for the Cavaliers, they finally get over the hump. And they can finally call themselves champions of the South. As you see, the celebration is on in Petersburg. So the Cavaliers win by 10. Hartford is still up big. They're in the third quarter up in Connecticut. So as of right now, it will be in the Super Cup, the Petersburg Cavaliers. And as of now, again, the Hartford Shockers. So congratulations to Kyle Dixon and his team. The Cavaliers win today, 134-124. They are champs of the South, ladies and gentlemen, and they will play in the ECBL Super Cup next week. That's going to do it for our coverage, folks. Again, the Connecticut or the Hartford and Hub City game is also streaming on YouTube. They've got 7 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hartford leads that one by 20, so you can check out that one. But once again, your final in the South, it's the Cavaliers, 134, Carolina, 124. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you again in July at the All-Star Game. Congratulations to Petersburg as they get the trophy, winning by 10 here today.